It's that time again. Video. Yes, Efilist channel, I believe. This because I think it's going to be more Efil kind of stuff. Life is fail. We're just programmed devices. I mean, we just got to get over this whole thing about this being some sort of adventure that's meaningful. This is just a wind-up Mickey Mouse. That's all you really are. You're just wound up with a bunch of programming. Android and quack. Yeah, stuff happens and you react, and your reactions are just programmed responses, and yeah, it's all quite fail. But anyway, so the video will tend to be on that kind of line of thinking, and that this isn't really brain surgery required. No, you don't need to. You don't have to be a brain surgeon. You don't got to be a rocket scientist. You don't got to be anything but not a complete fucking imbecile to get the basic idea that you're just a wanting thing, and all the other things are wanting things, and they all want a different kind of pussy. But that's all. It's just a variety thing, you know. Tomato, potato, who cares? It's just such bullshit to get caught up in this idea that you're something and they're nothing. You can dislike them, you can hate them, but you can't call them nothing. It's just stupid. You can't think that their pain and suffering is somehow over there, and therefore it doesn't happen. No, it happens just as real as the stuff happening in here. And you have to be really, really dumb not to get that. So anyway, speaking of, Carmel, skanky cunt, bitch. Yes, really. Anyway, you're a superhero. Okay, so this is a response to the video Love Trying. So, Love Trying. And on the Amendment channel. And nowhere in the video did I say I was a superhero. In the previous video, I basically said I'm either Possum Man or Roach Man. I mean, I gave myself... You could have picked either Snake Plisskenus is Roach Man, which I think is more appropriate, and then I would be Possum Man. That's not exactly a glowing review. So obviously I'm not claiming to be a superhero. And the whole video was just about the idea that we should aspire to be. We should always try to be perfect. We should always try to be. Not trying is stupid. Trying is smart. Trying is the rational thing to do. Because winning is that important. Accomplishing is that important. The stakes are huge. Yeah. It's the only rational response to the circumstance is trying. Anyway, so I didn't claim to be a superhero. Question mark. I hadn't noticed. Well, whatever. Your perception isn't where I go to say, hey, is there something worth paying attention to? I'll go ask Carmel. No, I wouldn't do that. So the fact that you don't notice something, oh, wow. Gee, amazing. No, not really. I thought you were the town curmudgeon. Whether it's the town or the state or the county or the nation or the world curmudgeon. Yes, I curmudgeon. Because unlike you, I'm not a sycophant, you know, tickling the titty of Borg, and that's all you're doing. Ignorant slut. Yeah, you're just wallowing in some sort of notion that, oh, Carmel's worth it. Yes. She's named after a flavor of California. Fuck you. Yeah, neither am I a heroine. Well, obviously, you don't try to be, so yeah, you're not going to accidentally be good at something. No one's accidentally good at juggling, for example. Or there's lots of things I can give an example of. No one is ever accidentally good at. You have to want to be good at it, and you're going to have to work to be good at it, and that's just the way it is. It's not my job to save anyone's soul. Well, nowhere in the video was any soul mentioned. It's not about souls. It's about the fact that the world can be a better place. Oh, that's the other comment I have to deal with. Yeah, it's really not complicated. You can save people from drowning. It's possible. So you're just basically saying it's not my job to give a shit. It's not my job to do anything. It's not my job to pay attention to the value on planet Earth. The value on planet Earth isn't important because it's not me. And that's all you're saying. You're saying 7 billion human beings, a trillion sentient organisms. Those things are made of plastic or clay or something. They're claymation. They're figments of people's imagination. I'm the real deal. It's my job to take care of me. You're an idiot. You're really, really, really stupid. Let alone the world. Well, again, the world isn't saved by giver-uppers, quitters, ignorers, glibites. So yes, you're just a glib piece of crap. And if you let me know where you're going to be buried, I wouldn't mind farting in that direction once a year just to remember what a piece of shit you are. Yes. Alrighty then. Oh, gee, humor. Oh, alrighty then. You're just above it all, aren't you? So anyway, somebody asked her the rational, why do you comment? And she goes, why, Alexander, why? Yeah, so another straight answer from a troll, and that's all it is. She's a troll. A skanky troll cunt. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, another brilliant comment by Universe Destroyer, which, again, I think that's an asshole who I said before, fuck you, you're an idiot. You know, what are these fake people? You know, these Nietzsche, nihilist, anti-natalist types or something. Well, anyway, no such thing as a better world. I mean, it's like saying no such thing as good or bad pizza. Yes, there is, asshole. There's graceful ways to die, and there's not graceful. It's just a fact. You want to pretend, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter. Every little cancer victim matters. You don't think so. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I mean, if right now you could press a button and it just means that one little kid won't have his leg broken, you wouldn't press it? That's all you have to do is press the button. It's just there, you press it, a kid whose leg was going to get broken doesn't get a broken leg. You can't press the button? Or a brain tumor, let's say. A survivable brain tumor, which is like the worst kind, right? Yeah, you survive it. Yeah, you just get that. You just forget about doing that. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that 5 years of brain tumor thing. We just hit the button and you don't do that 5 years of brain tumor thing. Oh no, that's not a better world. Fuck you. Let this feudal shit go and become extinct. Well, again, that's not the subject. Of course, that's the idea. The ultimate goal is to get people to let go of their silly delusions that they're accomplishing something real and valuable, and that this somehow is worth the humongous price paid and all the horrible, awful misery and torture and torment that goes on this planet. Yes, let's until then, let's press as many no tumor buttons as possible. Asshole. I mean, God, these people are just so fucking stupid. Nietzsche. Oh, it's another. So anyway, somebody says Nietzsche was a romantic, masochistic piece of shit, often touted as goodness of suffering of war. Yeah, Nietzsche was just an idiot. It's simple. He was an idiot. Okay, that's all. I mean, Nietzscheites, Teslaites, whatever. You're idiots. Okay, this fucking devotion to poetic ramblings as some sort of science or some sort of fact. There's lots of examples where what doesn't kill you doesn't make you stronger. Lots of them. Brain tumors don't make you stronger. Fucker. Anyway, Nietzsche, whatever your opinion of him might be, was not so numbly numb, who, like I said, I just have no use for anymore. Now he's a Nietzsche defender. Whatever your opinion of him might be, was not romantic. He only died, you know, basically, he had a mortal obsession with a woman. A woman killed Nietzsche, essentially, his love. Right? And what was that made out of? Okay, it was basically a love triangle, right? 2 guys, 1 woman. And Nietzsche wanted it no matter how he could get it. He didn't mind sharing. Okay? Because, yeah, he was that desperate. That's how owned he was by his desire. And you don't even hear about this woman. Like, she's supposed to be something like a philosopher or something. I never even heard a thing written by her. And yet he was obsessed with her. And so he lost. You know, she chose the other guy. And Nietzsche was ruined. Despair, horror, horror. And he probably went insane because of it. Well, that and the syphilis. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Point is, he was just owned by this bullshit. He wasn't fucking seizing any goddamn day or doing any of that shit. He was just being owned by the fucking visceral passion. And that's it. And yeah, the visual passion of, oh yeah, I'm going to be a sword fighter. I'm going to be... He has all daydreams, all delusions of grandeur. Did he do anything in his life? Did he ever invest anything in anything? No. He hid most of his life. Okay, and wrote wacky poetry. Fucking idiot. But to say he wasn't a romantic, to say in the philosophical sense and even in the silly girl sense, I mean, he's just a silly girl in a sense. And just think of how philosophically vacant it is. It would have been okay with him if he left the other man brokenhearted. If he created a loser and he won, that would be a good world. But a world where he loses is the bad world. And now you can't see how that's philosophically infantile. I mean, I could explain this to a 7-year-old and the 7-year-old could understand. Oh, I get it. See, if I get the girl, that means the other guy doesn't get the girl and he has exactly the same suffering I would have if I didn't get the girl. Yeah, I get that those things are equal. I also get that, yeah, I'm a selfish bastard, but I'll admit it. I'm a selfish bastard. I'm not going to pretend it's some sort of grand philosophical idea, this selfishness thing, because it's not. It's a stupid, crude mechanism of our animal nature. It's nothing to give the Nobel Prize to. Selfishness. Yeah, let's give selfishness the Nobel Prize. No, let's not, because that would be fucking stupid. So fuck you, numbly fucker. And it's ironic as hell that you've decided to share this bizarrely inane comment under this video. Yeah, well, first, asinine. First of all, it's not an asinine comment, it's the goddamn fucking truth. Nietzsche had no realistic perspective. He didn't go to any goddamn fucking... He didn't play hero anywhere. He was just a selfish cunt. Period. You couldn't get any bolder than that. His grand philosophy is, it feels good to ignore other people's misery. Duh. It makes you stronger if you don't have to spend any time recognizing the blood in the guts on the battlefield. So anyway, fuck you. Alright, now moving on to this other idiot. Oh, that's my video. Alright, so, whatever, life's not fair. So another guy who, you know, fuck you. I'm just so sick of this, oh yeah, I'm an anti-nihilist, but I think everything's futile. Fuck you. You're just a waste of time. You think it's a waste of time to fight for something. No, it's a waste of time to be some fucking asshole who can't be bothered to invest in the answer.
It will never happen.
It'll never happen.
It's a fantasy, you know?
Right. It can never. It's not possible. Rome can't fall. Nothing can happen, right? I mean, you're never going to free the slaves, right? That can't possibly happen. Women getting the vote. Oh, that can't possibly happen. Nothing can possibly happen. I mean, this naysaying nonsense. Again, when this is just so fucking simple, right? If this was some obscure, obtuse piece of philosophy, then I'd say, you know, something complicated like Einstein's field equations. All right, then I'd say, yeah, nobody's ever going to get it. Okay, fuck it. Who wants to do an equation that you have to do 7 different equations to solve and it'll take you about 15 years? Yeah, who wants to be bothered? You know, to come up with some answer that won't even be relevant to anything in the real world. Right. But that's not what this is about, is it? Now, this is something really simple. Will you torture something for your grand accomplishment of fucking some fat ass, or will you choose not to vote for okay, that? Not complicated. It really isn't. There's no God. We're fucking basically just horny robots. Period. It's like having an Android tablet, right? That gets a hard on. Yeah, it'd be a problem. It wouldn't do its goddamn work anymore. Say, me horny. Me gonna get some. Fuck you. I'm Wi-Fiing over there. You know, it would be distracted by its desire. That's all we are, little desire bots. And people can understand that. Asshole.
It's something that you can think about and talk about, but you can't actually do anything about it.
Well, again, it's stupid to say you can't do anything about something. It's like saying, okay, Darwin wrote a book about evolution. Well, there's no point in writing a book because nobody could ever understand it. You can't do anything about converting people to this idea that, you know, life is a 4 billion year old evolving virus.
There are over 7 billion people on this planet.
Wow. Newsflash, huh?
And all this talking is not going to solve anything.
Yeah, right. This is the stupidest, I mean, the dumbest thing that people say, right? All this talking. That's exactly how you change the world, is you talk to the other human beings and you change their perspective. You enlighten them. You educate, all that kind of stuff. So you wouldn't bother educating children. You wouldn't bother talking to children to give them information about how the world works and how to socially interact and what science is or any of that stuff, because talking is irrelevant. Opening the book and reading the words is of no value. Fuck you.
Because there's over 7 billion, right?
Oh yeah, right. We already been there.
If there's like, let's say 50,000 anti-natalists, that's not going to change anything.
Well, again, it's you know, anything changes something. So it's just saying that any change is change, right? And change can go viral and all that kind of thing. So again, you're just saying it's not possible. You're saying human beings always have to be stupid. Human beings always have to believe in God. They can never be anything else. And obviously the world has demonstrated that that's not true. Now, certainly if we just keep rewarding ignorant people for breeding and then rewarding them for brainwashing their kids into being ignorant, well, yeah, you're not gonna. It's gonna be hard to win the battle that way. But we already know that the more educated somebody is, the more likely they're going to be on Prozac. I mean, the more likely they're going to recognize that life is a gnarly mess, a hell of a weird fucking game, and frankly, it's just not classifiable as a game because there's just too much blood involved.
If they won't go into
No point.
politics
No point.
or force or sterilize people with force.
Well, again, all democracies are forced. So again, it's just this argument that once you have won the argument, when are you allowed to impose the sanction? You know, when are you allowed to say you can't burn witches anymore, even though you want to? You can't do it. No, that's right. There's a point where you say you can't do anything because you have the authority of consensus, and what that consensus requires is I'm willing to say that maybe it should be a 60 or 70% consensus before you start getting really tough. But it's about something serious. It's about torture. So I guess if your argument is we can't pass a law against torture, well, I guess we can. I think we can. I think we can have a severe sanction against people who would subject innocent non-existences to the jeopardy of existence, especially existence in a world that guarantees so little, that has so little connection to deserve, has something to do with it. We live in a world where deserve doesn't have much to do with anything, and that in itself is enough reason right there to be pretty draconian in establishing a new world order.
Or, yeah, because you gotta get into politics to have the power.
Duh.
Do anything.
I would never have thought of that. Yeah, you have to develop some sort of energy before you can do the political thing. So yeah, we're not quite at that stage yet. But we're working on it, aren't we? Benatar and other people have written books. It's gotten some attention. And what are you doing? You're just naysaying. You're just pretending that's not happening. It is happening. The world is changing. Not fast enough for you? Well, that's your problem, asshole.
So it's you gotta push that button, right? You gotta push that button to shut the entire planet down, he would say. But you're not gonna have access.
Look, asshole, that's a metaphor. An analogy. No, it's really a metaphor. It's a fantasy, a story used to illustrate a point about what it's worth. All right, the red button wouldn't theoretically be pressed until there was only 100 people left on Earth. It's a way of it's the final solution for the animal kingdom that you can't ask to wear condoms. You know, that you're going to have a solution that maybe will require a few milliseconds of termination. Yes, you're going to have to do something decisive and final. Yeah, but that's what it's about. So again, just keep fucking the subject, asshole. I mean, ignore what people say, ignore the videos that have been made, and make some sort of critique about something they're not talking about. Jackass.
Unless you're the president or a politician. So, yeah, if you don't have access to the button, well then you're just mentally masturbating to the thought.
Right, so anybody who argues for anything, arguing for vegetarian is just mentally masturbating, arguing for children not getting molested, oh, you're just masturbating. Fuck you. You're just masturbating, asshole, and in a very ugly and unappealing way. You're ugly at it.
Of life ending, but life still goes on, right? So nothing has changed.
Yo, nothing's changed because I made some videos on YouTube and a few other people made videos on YouTube and one guy wrote a book and a couple other people wrote books and nothing, and the whole world didn't radically change. Yeah, okay, it's going to take a little work. But I'm going to make the argument that once it's in this social, once there's a real argument, the argument's going to win. I mean, once we have a real fight, our fighters are going to be better armed, and they're going to win.
The only thing that did happen is some people talked about it, they agreed on it, and but the problem is still there, right? So
whatever. I've had enough of this idiot. Yeah, duh. That's right. But how do you nothing gets finished the first day, right? This idea that, I snap my fingers and, oh, there's a Maserati. It just happens, just pop together. No work required, no assembly required, no anything required. It just, oh yeah, I say the word Maserati and there's a Maserati, right? That's how the real world works, and so it's obvious that we have failed because we're not working the way the rest of the real world works, where you just snap your fingers and things happen. You don't have to do any work whatsoever. You don't like Adolf Hitler, you just snap your fingers and he's dead. No problem. Nobody has to go over there and get shot. Nobody has to have a fucking goddamn horrific war. 50 million people don't have to suffer and die. No, none of that has to happen in your world, right, jackass? Nobody has to do any work. Nobody has to invest anything. Nobody has to do anything. They just sit in their fucking fat ass and nitpick while they show jerky pictures of fucking streets, you fucking cunt. So really, just fuck off, asshole. You're the failure. We haven't failed. You have failed. Fuck off. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're ignorant. And frankly, you're just preposterously unfair to the argument. You don't even know what the argument is if you would fuck this up by shoving red buttons in here like somebody's going to manufacture one of those when there's no place to use it yet anyway, because you don't have a democracy and you don't have a victory and you don't have the moral authority, so to speak. Fuck you, you're an idiot. Yeah, that's enough. I mean, there's really nothing. I'll jump ahead and see if he says anything else, but it just sounds like the same thing over and over again. You're not president of the United States, so you're lame.
Philosophical subjects, but they never do anything.
Oh, again, they never do anything. Arguing isn't doing. Convincing isn't doing. Persuading isn't doing. Writing, thinking, talking. This is all not doing. Fuck you. Yeah, it is, jackass. It's exactly what doing looks like. Stupid fuck.
And that's the only option you got. Because talking about it is not going to change anything.
There, I said it again, right? Right. The most important way for human beings to change the world is talking, and this idiot thinks it's not the most effective way to create social change in the world. Is talking. Yes, it is. That's how change happens. People talk about subjects. It's like they talked about alcohol, and all the ladies said, look, it is good. My husband's beating me, and these people, this isn't doing saying good. And they talked everybody into prohibiting it. And then after they prohibited it, people got horny for their old boozing. And so they said, okay, let's bring it back because good old alcohol is fun. Not for any really good reason either. When you really think about it, I mean, the number of cops that got killed was, minuscule. These little massacres were just tiny little problems, so it really wasn't all that much of a social breakdown. And right now they could just tax it, right? They could just tax it out of availability. Because apparently that's legal now. We can tax vice, so let's tax donuts and let's tax all this shit. Let's tax assholes who fucking put stupid pictures instead of a real video. They don't have the balls. They'll sit there and rag on other people. And they don't have the balls to put up anything.
People become anti-natalist, they talk about it, don't do anything about it, and then they die. So you gotta get into...
Well, again, don't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do about it except explain it and convince other people of it. That's the only legitimate road. Now, you want to go some illegitimate road? What, we're supposed to commit terrorist acts or something? We're supposed to, like, oh, let's go kill a couple of babies and I'll show them. No. That's an idiot's road to persuasion. Okay? That might seem logical to you, but to me that sounds like an asshole. What, you don't have the guts to fight? You don't have the guts to make an argument? I have the guts. I have the guts to make the argument. Apparently you don't.
Is this just talking? I mean, is there any change?
He did it again. Just talking. Again, the word antinatalism wasn't even said on YouTube for the first 5 years I was here. So, I mean, what exactly, again, it's supposed to happen that fast, huh? And if it doesn't happen that fast, give up. So, because they didn't win World War I in the first 3 weeks, or World War II, they should have all just gone home. Oh, we can't win. No, we didn't win the war in 3 weeks, so, yeah, it's over. We can't win, so let's go home. I mean, you're an illogical nuisance, you fucking asshole. So, whatever. Fuck off, and I will do my best not to have to have my neurology offended by your slimy, useless drivel of a fucking goddamn infantile argument. Oh, my argument is don't argue. Arguing doesn't solve anything. Making arguments doesn't help. While he's making an argument, right? He's making the argument for not arguing. Yeah, I mean, oxymoron or what? That's a rhetorical question. He's probably too stupid to figure that part out. Yes, the answer is you're an oxymoron. So, go down your dead little street and play in the traffic. Fuckhead. So, till next time. And such.